Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday Wisdom, the Jewish Museum London's live object series. My name is Lisa. I am a senior, and today I have selected a very special object. It's one of over 40,000 objects in our designated collection. And our collection shows the diversity of Jewish life and history in Britain and abroad. And our programs exist to preserve the unique and diverse voices of Jewish communities and explore connections between faiths and cultures. So our theme this week is mitzvot, which is Hebrew for commandments. And I have selected a photograph from our collection on the theme of a bat mitzvah. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can look at the photo. So just one moment. Okay. So this is from our collection that I wanted to share with you today. So just take a few seconds, 30 seconds or so, just to look at the photograph and let your eyes wander. What do you notice about the photograph? Who do you think those people are? When do you think it was taken? And why do you think it might have been taken? So this is a black and white photograph that shows Rabbi Ignaz Maybaum with 4 bat mitzvah girls. It was taken in 1927 in Bingen am Rhein, Germany. Rabbi Ignaz led a Reform congregation in Germany. And in 1939, he came to Britain with his wife Frances and his 2 children. However, Rabbi Ignaz could not find work in Britain until after the war. And in 1948, he became the rabbi at Edgware Reform Synagogue. And he was the rabbi there from 1948 to 1963. Now, during their time in Britain, the Maybaum family helped their community in many ways, and they often opened up their home to other refugees who needed a place to stay. So unfortunately, that is all that we know about this specific photograph and about the Maybaum family. We don't know the names of the 4 young women in the photograph or anything about how they celebrated their bat mitzvah, simply that this photograph was taken on that occasion. We know that since Rabbi Ignaz led a Reform congregation in Germany when this photograph was taken, we can safely assume that these young women celebrated their bat mitzvah at the age of 13, which is the traditional age in which women would become a bat mitzvah in Reform communities. So the actual phrase Bat Mitzvah means daughter of the commandments. And similarly, Bar Mitzvah, the term for boys, translates as son of the commandments. And the terms Bat and Bar Mitzvah refer to the ceremony itself, but also to the individual. So a girl on the occasion of her Bat Mitzvah is also called herself a Bat Mitzvah. So depending on your Jewish community, girls and boys become bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah when they reach the age of 12 or 13. This occasion marks the time when they become a Jewish adult, which means that they are now responsible for their own actions, for fulfilling the mitzvot or commandments of the Torah. In Reform and liberal communities, it's a time for the individual to decide the role that Judaism will play for themselves in their life going forward, how they would like to practice as well. a bar or bat mitzvah is now responsible for their own Jewish life. This coming of age milestone occurs regardless of whether there is a ceremony in the synagogue. Now, the customs and rituals of the bar or bat mitzvah date back to the 13th or 14th centuries. Date back to the 2nd or 3rd century CE, and by the 13th or 14th centuries, the practice of calling a boy up to read from the Torah was widely established as a way of marking the entry into adulthood. However, it was really only in the 1970s that bat mitzvahs became the norm in Reform or liberal Jewish communities. In Orthodox communities, a girl becomes a bat mitzvah at the age of 12. And while she wouldn't read from the Torah or lead any part of the service, she would give a speech that might relate to that week's Torah portion, or perhaps a different part of the Torah that she finds particularly meaningful. She would also participate in a mitzvah project and have a celebration with friends and family. Now, in Reform and liberal communities, both girls and boys become bat or bar mitzvah at the age of 13. And the bat or bar mitzvah is usually celebrated on the Shabbat closest to their 13th birthday. And the exact date of the ceremony is usually planned about a year in advance to give the family time to plan. So on the day in Reform and liberal communities, both girls and boys would read a section from that week's Torah portion, chant some of the blessings, and possibly lead part of the service. They give a sermon or a speech which relates to that week's Torah portion and perhaps gives a bit of a message to the community. Now, before the bat mitzvah, a girl would spend quite a long time, many months or perhaps even a year, preparing, taking lessons with the rabbi to learn the portion and the different parts of the service, as well as having completed several years of Hebrew school or Cheder to prepare as well. It's also customary for young people participating in a bar bat mitzvah to perform or take part in a mitzvah project to help make the world a better place for all people. So this could be something such as volunteering or raising money for charity or helping vulnerable communities. After the bat mitzvah, there is usually a celebration with family and friends and lots of food to celebrate the accomplishment and the achievement of the individual. Reform and liberal communities around the world also promote bar and bat mitzvahs, which enable young people with additional needs to celebrate this important milestone. The use of special software and IT equipment are not only permitted, but actively encouraged so that all individuals can take part in this important ceremony. In 2019, the first bat mitzvah was held in a modern Orthodox synagogue in the United States, in which the entire Torah portion for that week was chanted using Braille. For this groundbreaking bat mitzvah, the first ever Braille trope system, the markings that are used to chant or lay in the Torah, was created. Reform and liberal Judaism are also welcoming of non-binary coming-of-age ceremonies. The highly gendered language of a bar and a bat mitzvah, literally translating to son or daughter of the commandments, can be problematic for people who don't identify as male or female. Non-binary teens might refer to the ceremony as a b'nai mitzvah. So b'nai is a plural word and refers to a mixed group, mixed gendered gathering of people. Other names for the ceremony might simply be a bee mitzvah or a zera mitzvah, which means seed or offspring of the commandments, or you could even say a they mitzvah. So there's lots of different terms that you could use. This inclusivity enables individuals who don't feel that they fit into the binary of male and female to be able to participate in this important coming of age ceremony. So this brings me today to the end of my object talk. I do hope that you have enjoyed learning and listening to this information about a bat mitzvah, and I hope that I have sparked your interest to learn further. So please do join us next week on Wednesday, the 15th of July at 12 noon, where my colleague Emma will be sharing an object talk on the theme of journeys. So thank you very much, and we will see you then. Bye.